have seen tremendous miracles of healings, eyes that were all messed up coming clear and legs growing out.
Ron Luce can help people grow their legs back. You heard it here first. I know so many communities that are going to be so excited about this. Before we get to that, we need to revisit one that we covered quite a while ago from a Netflix documentary called Dancing with the Devil. I have it in my playlist if you go on my page and look. But they finally got rated. It's the 7M culture. Families of a lot of people caught up in this have been very outspoken about what was going on and met with a lot of derision, a lot of doubt, and so just way to keep speaking out. Something happened, and hopefully this continues to go in a way that will uncover what's going on there. I will make a longer video about them specifically just explaining everything that's gone on either tomorrow or the day after, because we need to get this Shiny Happy People 2 first episode finished, but wow. But back to Shiny Happy People. Now, Ron Luce believed, and I do want to point this out, I saw a lot of your comments and stuff, I don't believe his testimony either. I don't believe the things he says, and this whopper right here is the biggest reason I could never believe anything coming out of that man's mouth. You did not regrow people's legs. Shh. Been on TikTok long enough to know that that will incite an argument in somebody. How do I know that didn't happen? It's just an educated guess, Gina, okay? It's just...
There was a woman, one of her legs was much shorter than the other. And someone in our group said, we're supposed to pray for her leg to grow out. And we had been praying. We were so intense and we were praying, but God wasn't healing her. And then you go, well, then when do we stop?
Report feeling deeply embarrassed that they could not grow someone's leg back. That is a level of mental mischief that how are you going to look someone in the face and be like, oh, he must not be enough of a believer because something that's medically impossible didn't happen. Well, geez, can't I have some more money? He also speaks about other disruptions he claimed happened in these people's lives, but again, things that never happened for 1,000, Alex.
Everyone in the village came up and the whole village was saved. They were tearing down their temples, building churches in their places, and it was just amazing.
See, I will never understand going into someone else's home. Now, I could see maybe if you're there, there's some kind of relief, you're helping people build houses, you leave all that stuff out of it, cool. But to go into someone else's country and be like, here you go, dance for your dinner, oh, can't have it. Take the book. You want food? Take the book. Take the book. What are you talking? And then they tore down their temples and they did all of this. Why is yours better than theirs? Because you said so? The point that one of the people in this documentary made was perfect. What if Ron Luce never shows up?
Millions of people who weren't so lucky to see a mime troupe of teens, I guess they're all just burning in hell for all eternity. Sorry about that.
You happen to know who Mubi is? Because so basically there are millions around the globe that cannot be saved because Ron Luce didn't show up. It's feeling a little golden calf to me, maybe a little further than that, I don't know. But I don't like it. Mime troupe is an important part of this too because they would put on performances. The closest you could kind of think of if you know about this background is passion plays, although they weren't all, they had different stories that they told, that sort of stuff, right? And then they also had mimes, and they told these children as the mimes that if you so much as wipe sweat from your brow, you could sentence someone to eternal damnation.
During dramas, the team leaders would tell the mimes, you cannot move. If you move to wipe sweat out of your eye, you could distract someone and then they won't hear the message of the gospel and then they will go to hell.
I just want to take this moment to say, and I know a couple of you follow me, you did not deserve any of this. This is ridiculous. All of these things were so far out of your control. I am so sorry, and I'm so glad you got out. Anger.
To let us have their babies for a month, to let God use them. And we don't take that trust lightly.
They don't take that trust lightly. This is such a big deal. So the medical care provided is literally a book that is given to the children.
I was in rural India, started feeling really sick. But we had this book called Where There Is No Doctor. So it says, this is how you dress a wound. This is how you fix a broken bone. Here's how you do a head injury. Here's how you deliver a baby. And the book says, might be appendicitis.
Spoiler, it was appendicitis, and he ended up having to go to a doctor, which there were doctors in the area, but it was a rural area. And he said he had about a 9-inch incision to take his appendix out, which resulted in a very severe infection. Took a while to let the parents know. Just a horror story. Ron knows this could get him in some deep situations, so he shows up, he lays hands, tells him, you are one of his strongest soldiers. Look at what you're going through. So the manipulation continues, and this person actually ends up going to the intern program very shortly thereafter.
Summer Academy, a one-year internship for committed young adults who are driven to find their purpose and make a difference with their lives.
That's basically episode 1, so that's where I leave you today. Tomorrow we will probably be doing 7M, and then we'll go back into the rest of this. This was the light stuff, though. Just warning you, and if, you see a lot of yourself in these videos, and it's a lot, take a bath, take a health day, do whatever you can for you. Even if you gotta work today, go just get yourself a little sweet treat or something, because I'm sure it's bringing up a lot of stuff, and you're valid, you're amazing, and you never deserved anything that happened. I hope you have a good day.